Hey there, gamers. DreamcastGuy here. Today we're talking about a truly awful story. I mean, it is so bad, it feels like the internet is trying to even figure out what the heck this means. But they're about to double the price of all PC parts. Even more than double the price. A $2,000 graphics card here next month is going up to $5,000. Now, maybe you're saying, okay, I don't really game on PC, or I don't mind a low-end PC. This is going to affect the entire industry. At this point, everybody knows that game consoles, that even phones and stuff, these all basically run on portions of PC parts. I mean, if they raise the price of NVIDIA or GPUs or even RAM or AMD, all this stuff is a straight-up jump-up effect. I'm afraid about the fact that if this price increase is legit that multiple leakers are talking about, everything is about to get way more expensive. I'm kind of terrified about the fact that if this is real, I mean, the idea of another price increase, maybe even multiple price increases for the PS5 and for the Xbox next year, it seems inevitable. But let's break it down. Hi, hope you're having a great day, and if you could, please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. This genuinely freaks me out. Everybody over on the Gaming Leaks and Rumors subreddit is freaking out about this all over the place. So this just came out about an hour and a half ago from WCC Tech. They're a very reputable leaker source, but they have been wrong in the past. Essentially, they're a very good leaking outlet where they hear what other people hear. When people are inside the industry talking about a particular game release date or an upcoming big project, they hear about it typically before anybody else. And essentially what they said is that they hear officially that there is preparation to do a massive price increase. So according to sources, on the 30th, that's January 30th, so literally 29 days from today, AMD is expected to raise the price of some GPUs starting in January next year and NVIDIA starting February the next year. So basically, it's going to happen back to back. Now, let's just say real quick, part of the funniness of this is when NVIDIA first started increasing their prices a bunch, some people kind of assumed that maybe AMD would keep their stuff cheap, that maybe AMD would go, okay, you guys are jacking up the prices of your parts. We're going to keep our stuff cheaper so we can take over the market. To me, that's a very smart strategy, all right? Hey, we can do that. Also, AMD and NVIDIA, a lot of this stuff, literally, I know I keep saying that, this is console business as well. These are still the chips and stuff going inside your console. This is not just PC parts. This is going to affect console gamers like myself. So they said they're going to jump the price starting in January next year and NVIDIA of next year. The RTX 5090 released at the beginning of the year will be $2,000. It's expected to soar to $5,000. $2,000 to $5,000 in 1 year. This is so wild because it's not even saying the next gen. It's saying this generation that just came out in 2025 is going to go up 150% price next year. Both companies are reportedly planning to continue to raise GPU prices every month going forward. It's highly likely the price increase will extend to all their entire product lineup, encompassing not only consumer GPUs, but also GPUs for AI data centers. An industry insider explained the average portion of GPU in the overall GPU industry cost has increased and exceeds 80%. To say this is bad is an understatement. This is apocalyptic. I mean, they talk about the fact that literally a price increase every single month. That's literally what it says. So if it goes up to 5,000, maybe the next month it's 550, 6,000, and it just keeps going up. And I love the fact that the top comment is, why even bother putting them in stores at this point? This is so crazy expensive. Look, guys, I don't know about you. I'm not exactly walking around buying $5,000 computer parts. You know, 10 years ago, even a couple years ago, if you told somebody you were building a $10,000 PC, it was almost like a gimmick. A $10,000 PC was like, all right, I've purposely, cobbled together dual tech graphics cards. I bought the most expensive custom case. A $10,000 PC, even a couple years back, was something you built almost as a joke. Millionaires did it as like a gaffe. Whereas now, a $10,000 PC is a normal high-end PC. That is insanely price prohibitive, right? The whole appeal of PC gaming is not just, hey, Steam is great, hey, mods are great, hey, customization are great. It was always the fact that you could upgrade it bit by bit. At this point, I almost feel like PC gaming is going to get so freaking screwed over by the fact that so much of the entire gaming base is going to have to use last gen tech or not even participate. Very often when game makers are making those next big experiences, they're sort of aiming towards that high-end tech. They go, okay, a certain amount of people have this high-end graphics card. We can aim towards that experience. Stuff like Cyberpunk 2027, etc. They're like, all right, we can make this with the best possible stuff in mind. Except for the fact that now at this point, I feel like people are on average going to have outdated tech because current gen is just way, way, way too expensive. $2,000 to $5,000. Are they crazy? Checked 59 prices like a month ago. They're already up $800 before any official price increase. Hope you enjoy your chatbot. This is got to be a troll. This is unbelievable. I wonder if this is a strategic leak, like the idea that they say, let's say an absurd price, and then when it comes out and it's only, an 80% price increase instead of 150%, what a deal. Oh my God. Well, this is it, guys. If you don't get your PC parts now, as in like today, you're more or less out of the PC market. Now, here's the thing. They have already officially declared publicly about, 9 days ago, they officially declared publicly they are dramatically cutting their GPU production costs already for gaming. They're saying, all right, so if this year they created 100,000 graphics cards, next year they're going to only make 70,000 gaming graphics cards. See, and people thought, oh, AMD could just really step in here. AMD is making good GPUs. They could come in here and sweep in. But we all know that AMD never misses an opportunity to miss an opportunity, and I have a feeling that AMD will still capitalize on this in the worst way possible. Well, this guy was 1,000,000,000% correct because apparently AMD is jumping in to also jack up the price. Look at this. Here's the thing. These shortages of RAM and these shortages for graphics cards are getting so bad, they're saying that next year, there's leaks they're about to start reducing reduced RAM phones. That instead of phones having like 16 gigs of RAM, they're going to start experimenting with low-end phones. To do this to essentially mean, all right, now we can sell more of it for a giant markup. Oh, you don't need a fast phone. We need fast AI in our phones. This is so absolutely stupid. I mean, this is psycho to me. What's funny is the fact that I'm honestly kind of weird about the fact that I've been playing a lot of retro games lately. A lot of people have. In fact, over Christmas break, I've been playing a lot of Plants vs. Zombies on my 3DS. And I saw this thing, which is that apparently a lot of people are doing the same thing. A lot of people are buying old 3DSs and modded them because this thing has hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of games. And yeah, the graphics aren't great. Yeah, the frame rate kind of sucks. But they are games, and they don't require a freaking $5,000 graphics card. Look at this. Remember when people told you that digital games are going to keep the cost of games low by not spending on discs? Everything is just getting so expensive, right? I don't know. I just keep thinking about the fact that this feels like we're really hitting this breaking point. This like noise in the industry of how much can we possibly squeeze out of the entire planet has hit a breaking point. Used to, you made your money with raw bulk numbers, right? You keep your games as cheap as possible. I almost want to call it the Pokemon strategy. Pokemon, of course, used to release their games as cheap as they could, but you kind of wanted to buy both of them, right? All right, Pokemon Blue's $30, Pokemon Red's $30. Even if you don't end up buying both, you got to convince your friend, hey, little Billy on the playground, you buy that one, I buy this one. Now we both have it. They've doubled their sales. But now it's at a point where everything gets more and more expensive. It's not about this blanket profitability. It's about screwing the hell out of every single customer to see what's their absolute breaking point. I'll be honest, I think if this leak is true, this is the breaking point. If these numbers are legit, there may be a $1,000 PlayStation 5. And at that point, there ain't no way they're selling anything ever again. But this has just been my thoughts. How do you guys feel about this? And is this too panicky for your tastes? Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and please keep dreaming. Oh boy.
Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.